Here we are once again.
Yo, we made it. We made it.
Episode number 3. Wow. I feel like we've accomplished so much.
But we really haven't.
What's up, guys? You already know the J&J here. Me, Jose, and my boy,
Joel.
Yep. We are here once again for episode 3. Um, it was a fun episode last week.
It was interesting.
It was something different. It was something that I think a lot of people can relate to.
Yeah, lots of my friends were like thinking. They made them think. I was
Yeah.
just like, oh.
Yeah, and a couple of people too. Before we start, I have 2 people to shout out real quick.
Oh, we're doing shout outs now?
No, it's 2 people that I feel like they've been supporting since the first episode, and they've been mad cool about it. First one is a friend from Massachusetts. Her name is Karina. Thanks for the love. You already know. Thanks for the shout outs. She's been very supportive, giving us advice and all of that. So thank you for that. We appreciate it. And my friend Emilio from church. Thanks, bro, for all the love. You already know. One day we're going to get you on this podcast, too. So I'm done with my shout outs. What about you? Who you got to shout out?
Yo, I got mad people to shout out. I feel like I'm afraid to leave someone out. You know what I mean? Like
Those 2 people for me have been the ones, they've been reposting the podcast. They've been sharing about it. They've been telling us how good we've been doing and all that. So, I feel like they deserve a little shout out,
the people who listen, they know, like,
They know.
They just know, because I'd be like, yo, I'm be mad appreciative, but like the people who actually listen,
Yeah.
y'all get shout out. Like,
Y'all get shout out.
Y'all get a shout out.
Yeah, but ever since Tuesday or Wednesday, I've been like, yo, these people, they've been really cool about it, and they deserve a shout out, a little shout out from us.
Well,
But
thank you guys. I don't even know them, but
Good friends of mine.
Oh,
But
that's good.
Joel, tell me, man, how has your week been since last Monday?
Oof.
Yeah, I have the same reaction
Yo,
to my week too.
It's like ever since that first week, it's just been downhill. Downhill. Like I haven't been sleeping as much. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like each night it's been like 2-3 hours of sleep. And there's always something new, like, oh, I gotta go to the airport in the morning. Like, I gotta work in the morning. And then it was, I just been tired. It's just been
I
tired.
hung out with Joel on Saturday, and I'm telling you, this was a dead man walking. Like we got together just to speak on the podcast, and he was legit like a dead man walking.
Yo, like
he scared me because he was telling me that he's driving with his eyes closed, and I was like, yo, oh my god,
he
like,
was about to take the wheels.
You're lucky that the permit doesn't allow you to drive after 9, because I would have taken it.
Yeah. So.
But yeah, man, how you recuperating now? How's everything now?
No, things been good, and I've been practicing more piano, which sucks because I'm starting to realize that you need a balance of like all the goals that you're trying to make, because my goals were gym, spiritual, and the piano, but the thing is there's not enough time in the day, especially if you work like
a 9 to 5.
Yeah, 9 to 5 job, and then for us too, we have church at night.
Yup.
Like, look at you people that go like to church once a week. That's like a blessing to you guys. Like for us, we go like 3 times a week. Yeah. So it feels like I never have enough time. So it just sucks. But I feel like it's getting better. I just need to get more organized.
Yeah.
That was one thing I spoke about on my Instagram. For the people who are listening to now, each week I post like a blog or kind of like a summary of how my week is going and things I learned. So if y'all want to listen to that, read that and follow that'll be great.
Yeah, they're deep. They're definitely deep. Like the one yesterday was like, whoa. Like I was like, damn, Joel.
Nah, because you learn. You start to learn like who's really there for you. You know what I mean? Yeah, you start to learn like the people that are like trying to use you, and then the people that are like trying to be there for you.
Yeah.
And sometimes I had a problem with that, like letting go. Like,
yeah.
If someone doesn't want to be in your life,
That's it.
like that's
You
it.
gotta
Like
go, son. That's it. Nah,
Like-
I learned that especially after high school. Like for me especially, because I had a lot of friends in high school, right? But the thing is, once high school finished, there was like 2 left, and I was like, damn. Like, well, yeah, like legit, there's people that I haven't talked to since like I graduated, and that was a long time ago. So like, damn. But we all go through it at a different time.
No, yeah, and you know, I understand that sometimes distance doesn't help, and you know, like there's no time, but like you could tell when people are just using you. You know what I mean? And it's just like that's
When they only hit you up when they want
yeah,
something.
yeah. Yo, bro, I need a ride. Like, yo, but
Yo,
like, bro,
yeah,
like this and that, and it's just like, come on, like, are you here to help me out, or are you like just using me? You know?
yeah,
So that's one thing I'm starting to learn. It's just like start to let go.
yeah,
And also, I was thinking about it's just like, what's the point of like being successful if you have no one around you to be successful with?
yep.
You know what I mean? Because it's like, oh, I have all this fame, I have all this money, or I'm doing all these goals and all these like accomplishments, but like you're by yourself in the end.
Yeah, that's why I think it's important that friends and especially family, like they help each other out. Like, giving advice. Like that's something I appreciate about my cousin Abel. Our cousin Abel.
Mm.
Even with things that he has nothing to do with, like he doesn't know, like for example, IT, like he'll still find a way to give me advice
About IT.
Yeah, about IT. So like that's one thing I always appreciate about Abel is that he knows how to give good advice. Like he can't, like he's not gonna tell a chef, oh yeah, you got to use the computer for that and this and that, because that has no connection. There's no, but he, that's one thing. That's why I say it's important. Like friends and family, they should always be there to help each other out through thick and thin.
That's sad, yo, because sometimes we we have a special thing. Our
Yeah.
family has the Infante family and the Ureña family as well has a special thing because we're really close with our cousins.
Yeah.
And normally, like,
Yeah, like I'd be talking to some white people and they'd be like, "Yo, like I haven't seen my
Well, I gotta
cousin
be
in
white
like 3
people,
years."
though.
All right, I'm sorry, any race. I'd be talking to some people and they'd be like, "Yeah, I haven't talked to my cousin in like 3 years," and I'm like, "Yo, I don't know how that's like."
Yeah.
Even like our cousins that live like in DC, right? Like
or North Carolina.
North Carolina. Like I talked to them not that long ago. Like it could be them stopping by here or seeing them somewhere, and like I never had a relationship when I was in Seattle. Yeah, because that's far away. But I've never had like a point where I haven't talked to like a certain family member in years. Like it's never gotten to that. Like I talk to you almost every day. Cousin Abel, Miguel, all of them. Like I talk to them in the regular.
I just saw Miguel too.
Exactly. Yeah, and like I've never been in a situation where I can't be like, yo, I haven't talked to Joanne. Like, I mean, when you were in college, you disappeared. Like,
all right. We're not gonna.
Real quick, we're gonna give you a little story about Thanksgiving 2018.
Oh my god.
All right, so me and my cousin Miguel, we always do this thing where I go to Miguel's house, and then Abel would used to come, my brother would used to come, and Joel would come. So this year, I don't know what happened to Joel. So we're there chilling. We call him like a million times. He doesn't pick up, he doesn't pick up at all. And then supposedly, he didn't get one call. Supposedly. So, no, like now we know. Thanksgiving, Joel, you're out. That's it.
Oh, we doing this now? We doing this now?
No.
All right, live my side of the story because I got to defend myself here. Like, Thanksgiving, all right, so that was like a rough semester. And I was coming back. I think my flight was delayed. I don't know, some crap. I came back exhausted. So I come back exhausted, and all I'm doing is gonna sleep. I'm just gonna sleep for that day, and I sleep, and then because I slept that day, the next day my mom was like, "All right, we gotta do stuff," and then I was out the whole day, and by Saturday, because it was a 4-day weekend, by Saturday I was gone, so I was just like,
"All right, I'll give you the slide this time."
You're only saying that because we're in the podcast, yo. Look at this man be destroying me outside. He's like, fake, yo, you fake ass,
yo. And then the worst part is, and then he came to a service. This was like a few weeks after that. He came to this service we had. It was like a special service, and he was sitting in the back. He even say hi to me. He didn't even shake my hand. He was looking away, like if I wasn't there. And I was like, all right, Joel, remember that. And then when I had to see him on Christmas when he stopped by to give my little brother a gift, and then I was like, yo, you fake because you didn't hit me up.
Yo. We can talk about you, but you know what? I'm gonna be the bigger man.
All right.
I'm gonna be the bigger man.
Right.
No, wait. Actually, I'm gonna drop something. This man, yo. And we were supposed to be talking about love right now. We're just hating on each other. This man, yo. When he needs something, yo, he'll pick up his phone.
First of all,
no. I let you talk. When you need something, yo, you are ready to pick up that phone. Or like when you're ready to hang out, you right away. But the moment he decides, nah, I'm not gonna go chill, this man goes ghost. Yo, he goes like not even the FBI could find him.
Yo, and you know what? You're not the only one that says that. A lot of people have complained about that about me. Because this is my thing, right? There's moods when you just don't want to do anything. You don't want to deal with anybody. So like when you see somebody call, you're just like, do I pick
All right,
up?
that's not the problem. You know, that's not the. You know, if you change your mind and you're like, nah, I'm not feeling it. That's okay. But yo, let somebody know. Like,
You see, that's goals.
yeah,
Did you see? Now I gotta achieve that goal.
Yeah,
of
you gotta.
letting people know. But you see, I haven't been doing that lately. We've been talking like the whole summer.
All right, because
Exactly.
of this podcast. But
First of all, this podcast came to be like not too long ago. Since June, ever since you came back, I've been like, yo, Joel, let's do this, and it's been better. So you cannot complain there.
I mean, I'm not gonna lie. After the last softball game we had.
Okay, we're not gonna talk about that. We're not talking. Okay, listen, this is one bad word, softball. We cannot use in this podcast.
Oh
We
my.
do not want to talk about that league here. Anyways, so my week, before we get into the topic, my week was, I can't say better than the last. It was a little bit downhill. It was kind of oof.
How so?
A lot of things. Dad's a little sick, so we've been checking up on him. But you know, we're confident God is gonna help him heal up faster and everything. And yeah, like just a lot of mental things. Like you know, we go through things sometimes, and then you realize that you have to help. You know, you gotta pray. Obviously, you gotta pray, and you gotta realize that God is the God of Almighty, and He's gonna help you through thick and thin, like through the bad things. So, you know, I've been realizing that more and more, and you know, because I went through a little rough patch, but we're getting better, and you know, new week, new opportunities. I drove a lot today. Joel, what did you think about my performance today?
Oh, I'm still alive, am I? So
Yes,
like,
that means it's a good thing. Yeah, we drove to a store.
Yeah, I mean, I mean, the only thing is you're not confident. You're driving. You're not.
It's tough to be confident right away in New York.
Yeah, but
If I was driving like in a white people area where like there's no cars, like, obviously I would be doing some Fast and Furious stuff. But you know, in the streets of New York, on the Jerome, like it's tough. But you know, eventually with time, I think I'll.
No, you're way better. Your turns are better. It's I don't know. You're like a little slow on the pedal. Like I kept telling you like speed up, and you're just like
I think Joel forgets that he was once a new driver. I know it's been 10 years, but he was once a new driver, and that's how you start. You follow the speed limit. Like there's a spot, before we begin, there's a spot near Lehman College that's 25 miles per hour, right? I would go to 30, but there's freaking people passing by like in 50 miles per hour. So I'm like, yo, even though, yeah, I'm a new driver, I'm following the law. These people are breaking the law. If they see a cop, they definitely not going to be doing that. You cannot tell me that's wrong.
Yeah, all right. But, like, people still do it. Like, I don't know. It's just.
But that's the thing. So, today, as you know, we ended episode 2 asking Ya, what did Ya think of having a second part to the topic of love?
And you guys definitely answered.
Yes. You know, some people have told me that it's a great idea and they think we should do it. And
some people were like, "Oh, you gotta get personal."
Said we gotta get personal. And so we're here.
Well, can we talk about like some people were like, "Yo, I'm about to break up with my girl after hearing your podcast because you don't believe in love."
Wow. Okay. Well.
Okay, maybe that didn't happen. But like,
I'm praying that did not happen because you know, that's a little too hard on us. You know.
But like,
we're just trying to help. You know.
But it was just like, damn. You know, like. Wow, is there any hope in love? Because the way you guys are talking.
Okay, so yeah, that's one thing I think is important, that today we talk about the positives of love.
Yeah,
the positive. Because we really, it's like Joel said in the last podcast, like we really just hit the nail on the negatives. Like everything was, why people get divorced and that. Like it was a good, you know, we did good. Like I think it was a great podcast. But we definitely got to bring it up with a little light, you know. We just in the darkness right now, chilling.
Give you some hope.
Like, give you some hope. Like, you know, that there's a lot of good things about love and that, you know, it's something that it's a beautiful thing. I personally think love is a beautiful thing.
No, yeah, it is when it's done the right way.
When it's done the right way and the other person has that same love for you. Because if you love somebody and they don't love you back, that's the worst feeling in the world.
Bro, you over here slamming
I'm slamming the table. I don't know. I'm very like excited today.
He's very.
I'm happy. I drove a lot. That's why I'm so happy today.
Got you.
You already know. But
so let's start this bad boy. So Gabriel,
yes,
I'm gonna have a question for you because I went first last time.
Actually, no, you didn't. You asked.
Oh, I gave you that throwback. Yeah, I caught it and then I threw it.
But I'm gonna let you ask. You know, it's all good.
What are some positive things of being in a relationship?
Companionship. You know, like we mentioned, uh, having that bond with somebody, and then especially if they love you back. I think that's so important. If somebody loves you back, and you love them, obviously, it's such a nice feeling. Like you're like, yo, that person is with me, and you know, there's a lot of positive things. You know, you get to share your life with that person. You can do so much. Like even just going out to eat is like a great time, and I think it's such a cool thing. And I personally have been in love before, and
this
and
man.
it was something nice. It was something nice, and I, you know, it's such a nice feeling, especially when you guys are bonding and you guys are continuously showing love for each other. Um, I think that's such a positive and nice feeling. What do you think? What do you think are some positives?
Like you were saying, spending time with another person. Like, I think normally, like, a person shouldn't be alone. Like, no matter, like, not in a relationship, but, you know, like, they should have some companion as a friendship.
Yeah.
Or family, or even pets. Like, to have somebody there. So, in a relationship, like, imagine, like, waking up, getting a text from somebody, like, that person that you, like, deeply care about. And it's just, like, it gives you that feeling of
It
just
gives you
like,
that feeling. Do you know what it is, yo? Like, I know you've probably been through it, and I have too. Like when you wake up and you see that good morning text with like a heart, yo, like you just
smile.
like, yo, like you wake up with your eyes all chingy and like you're smiling mad hard, and you're like, yo, this is. It's such an amazing feeling. Or when you wake up to a paragraph like, yo, you don't know how much you mean to me, this and that. You're like, yo, wow, like damn, like you feel special. You feel such like a special feeling, and you feel like, wow, yo, this is amazing. Like, wow, this is what
No,
people feel
yeah,
like in
yeah.
love.
When they actually like give you a real response, and
Yeah,
not
not
that,
just like
yeah,
GM, good
GM,
morning.
yeah, yeah. They
Like
give
it's
it,
like, you know, and I think it's so important when people show two sides. I mean, not two sides, but like when, like I said last week, two peas in a pod. When you both are doing what you're doing and you're showing love to one another, it's so important because it's like there's nothing else that should matter more in a relationship than love. You cannot be in a relationship if you don't truly. I mean, obviously, when you first start a relationship, you're not gonna love them. But if your intentions are not to love the person,
so you don't believe in love at first sight?
no.
Oh, why not?
How can you start loving somebody without knowing the person?
I mean, think about this. Like, you never fell in love with somebody, like, just be like, oh
I
my
mean,
God.
but that's the thing. If you look at them and you think, "Oh my God," that's you being attracted to the person.
But like,
You can't just. If I see, let's take that fire hydrant right there. I look at it. Wow, it's beautiful. It doesn't mean I love it. It's just I think it's attractive.
but that's a fire hydrant. All right, let's say, okay.
I'm putting that as an example as if it was a person.
Okay, so like, Gabriel, because I know you a little bit. Yo, you walking down the field. You know, we're coming back, playing basketball. Because we're not gonna use the curse word.
Yeah,
that
the
you
curse
want.
word.
The curse word.
SB.
That's you coming, and then you see this girl, yo, her ponytails, Kobe jersey, has a Kobe jersey on, shooting some shots, and yo, she's man friendly, and you just feel this vibe. You just looking from her from a distance. And you're just like, oh my God, I think I'm in love with this girl, like something.
No.
And it's not even like some like gorgeous girl, but she's like, yo, like you're tight, like yo, somebody like you really feel like you connect with. And then the way you hear her talk a little bit, and you're just like, yo, she's so kind and like she knows about sports. But wait, let me finish it.
All right, let's finish.
And you telling me you're not gonna feel some little type of like, wow, I think I'm like falling in love with this girl. Like I think I'm,
because look, I'm gonna tell you what. It's like I'm gonna ask you this question: you think you can fall in love with somebody without even knowing their name?
Yeah, I believe.
Ladies and gentlemen, Joel speaking. Falling in love without knowing somebody's name. Listen, I generally don't think that you can't truly fall in love with somebody at first sight, because it's like okay, yeah, she has everything you like, but what if she's the freaking devil inside? Like you don't know that. Like you. I mean, for me, this is a personal statement. I cannot just fall in love by looking at somebody because I see them wearing the Kobe jersey, shooting shots, making them. But that's me just being attracted to that person. That doesn't mean I freaking love them. You know what I mean? That's my personal take. I don't know about you. If you fall in love first sight,
Okay, because
we have problems.
Because the thing is, all right, because it's happened to me. It's happened to me, and I know it's happened to a couple of people where they just like they see somebody and they're just like, oh my god, like I can't help but fall in love with you. Like there's something about you, something. Okay, granted, I'll give you an olive branch. Like yeah, maybe if I knew a little bit about them, then I'd be like, god damn, like she's more like beautiful than I thought, like inside, but. You never like felt that feeling like wow, like this person, like she could be like somebody for me, or like you hear things about her like, oh she does volunteer work, she helps puppies, she saves the earth, like like something like that. You just like wow, like yo, and then you just see her and you're just like man, like I love her. Like
no, I'm sorry, I see love as such a big thing. Like look, I'm looking at this poster that you have right here. That I'm guessing is from the children's section.
Children's class,
yeah. It says love is patient. That should answer your question. I don't think love is just something that, oh, look, right there, I love it. That's it.
Okay, but
okay, let's go back to the burrito like we use a lot.
Yeah.
You saw it. Did you fall in love with it? Without even trying it?
Bro, like, yes.
But what if it had, like, crap inside? You would have still loved it? Like, you get what I'm saying? Like, you got to observe the meat. You got to eat it. You got to enjoy it. And then you're like, you know what? Let me try this again next time. You eat it again. And it's like, yo, you know what?
Okay, so think about it. If I'm like, yo, bro, like, let's out to Chipotle, yo. Got like a burrito. No, get a bowl.
Yeah.
And you can't put up a bunch of, like, picante, yo, and all that spicy stuff. Then you, like, don't you be like, damn, I would love that right now, yo. I would. Without even seeing it, you just thinking about it.
Yeah, but at the same time, it's like, what if it's like not good? What if it's not even spicy? Then you're just this is a disappointment.
Okay. We're talking about how you feel about love, like how you feel about a person at first sight. Whatever happens after, okay, that happens. You messed up because you, but like that first initial like. Yo, like this person, like you learn a little bit about them, or they might be a friend of a friend, or somebody you work with, whatever. That initial, like, damn, like I fall in love, like because I remember this friend of mine. She told me, she was like, you can't help who you fall in love with sometimes. So like, you're telling me there has been moments in your life where you see a girl and you're just like, I'm in love.
I'm gonna give you a personal story. We're gonna start with the personal stories right here. There was a girl.
All right, wait. Before the disclaimer, for me, well, in my case, I don't know about you, but for me, I'm gonna be using fake names.
So names.
Yeah,
let's go with fake names.
Because I'm gonna be using names, but guys, they're not the real names, so they'll be searching up or like.
Okay, so here's a case. I had a friend. Her name was Scarlett Johansson, right? And she had this friend named Angelina Jolie. So. The Angelina used to
wait. Cause sorry. Wait, you're sorry. All I could think about is you having these famous celebrities.
I'm using fake names because it's like.
But use basic names like
then
Jane.
they're gonna think that's real. They think we're double taking them. They're like, oh wait, they're saying it's fake, but what if it's real? You get what I'm saying?
No,
I'm kidding. I know, but so Angelina, right? So she was this cute girl, and she used to come with her friend Scarlett sometimes to church. So one day I asked Scarlett, I'm like, yo, who's that? Like, she's pretty. She seems cool. She laughs a lot. It's cool. Who is that? She was like, oh, this is my really good friend. she's single, this and that. I go to school with her, this and that. I'm like, oh, okay, dope. So what's up with her? What's the situation? Oh, and then, Scarlett told me that, oh, yeah, Angelina just got a relationship, I'm like, okay, that's fine. And she was like, yeah, but just give it a few months. I'm like, all right, cool. So a few months pass, and she still comes to our church sometimes, and then I ask Scarlett, how's she doing? Is she better with, like, the whole situation? She's like, yeah, yo, you should definitely start talking to her. So I was like, okay, cool, let me get her Instagram. So we start talking a little bit, I'm talking, I get to know her more, and she seems like a really cool girl, into church, all that. So then, after that, Angelina, she starts getting cooler, and then a situation happens where, she showed like a different side of her. Mm-hmm. So then I'm like, oh, like, okay, this is a little different now. And then from there on, more things started to show, and I was like, okay, this is not what I was expecting. You know, it wasn't truly like it wasn't a bad thing because her intentions weren't bad, but like it wasn't connecting with me. You get what I'm saying? So I was just like, okay, and then it started to go more downhill from there, and I was just like, okay,
don't give me the deets, boy. Like, stop being around the bush.
No, I'm gonna just tell you that's how it is. And then I told her, I was like, listen, this is truly not gonna work, and you know, I thought it was something when it wasn't, and I try my best to explain it to her, you know, because at the end of the day, nobody's ever gonna fully understand something except you. Like I can truly believe something, but no matter how many times I tell you, no matter how many different ways I tell you, you're never gonna understand completely like I do. So I told her that, and then we stopped talking. But you see, that's what I'm saying. Like, you know, at first I was giving her a chance. I liked her. She was cool. But I can't just say I was in freaking love with her because love is such a big thing. That's what I'm telling you, because love, this is what I truly think. It's like what I said last week. Love is not something that just goes away. So yeah, maybe like, you know, I started liking her, but now I don't anymore. I don't feel anything for her because I never loved her. You get what I'm saying?
Okay, so I know what you mean, but that's the thing. Initially, the initial start wasn't love. You were just like, oh, you know, she's kind of cute. Let me talk to her. See?
Okay, so like,
but I'm talking about like, yo, you see this Angelina Jolie girl, whatever, and you're just like, oh my goodness, like she's gorgeous. Oh my god, like she does this, or she plays drums, or she's a musician, or she's Kobe. Like she's like
I get it.
You know what I mean? Like and then you just like, wow, I love this girl.
I could be impressed and, like I said, attracted, but it's a personal thing, you know. It's not. I'm not saying that nobody can ever fall in love at first sight, but personally, I can't.
So personally, you can't fall in love because of just the past of what happened. So you have like these barriers.
It's not. I mean, somewhat, yeah, but at the same time, it's just like my mind doesn't comprehend with just falling in love with somebody. Because it's like, I've been in love before, right? So I know what love feels like. But just seeing somebody and thinking they do everything right and that they're perfect, I'm not going to feel that love. So that's why I personally don't think that falling in love in first sight is going to work for me. Like, I don't think it, I don't believe in it. From all of this, I believe that you believe in love at first sight. So we can have our, you can agree on the one thing, I could agree on another, but I truly just don't believe in that.
I think it's gonna happen to you. Watch, it's gonna be a moment where you're just gonna like, you're gonna fall in love, and just at first, and you're just gonna be like, oh my goodness, what? Because I think it's not like, because remember, it's like, for me, love is an action. Love is something that not only what you feel, but like you're willing to do.
Yeah.
So sometimes the actions you do have more like meaning to it than the words you say.
Okay.
So like, you see this girl and like for me, example, I remember I had this big crush on this girl in high school. Like, I mean, I don't even know. Like, it wasn't like I talked to her, but like it was just a crush I had. Like, she would walk around in high school, and this mic keeps falling on me.
You gotta tighten it on the.
Got you. So I had this big crush. So I would do is make sure, because she was friends with like one of my friends.
Yeah.
So I'd be like, yo, when does she have lunch? Like, so I could like, see if I could talk to her in lunch, and then or like. I know this feels like stalker mode, but it wasn't. It was just like, oh, let me see if I can like find the same path she walks out, so I could like, see like bump into her, be like, hey, what's up? How's it going? Or like something like that, because it was just like I had this like crush. Yeah. So you're not telling me people in first sight. I'm going not like stalker mode, but like you would do actions that would define as love because you just want to be with this person. For example, like. You start to be really nice to this person.
Mm-hmm.
And normally you're not nice to other people. But like you start being nice, like, oh my God, like how's it going? Or when their birthday comes, you buy them something like, hey, like, to show like, hey, like I really like you. So you know what I mean? So you never think that you're gonna like, just at first sight.
What I think is though, I think you can fall in super like at first sight.
Super late.
Like, you could like somebody alive, like when you first see them, you see them. But it's like, I'm telling you, it's like love is such a big and like it's a big word. Like, it's something that's why when people like I don't know, like if you ever heard, but like when people say I love you, like in the second week of like dating, they say that it's like a 5th grade, 6th grade relationship. Because when you're a little kid, like, and I've been in one, like when you're like in 7th, 6th grade, you say I love you by like the second day you guys are dating. Because it's just like, that's what you see when you grow up. Like, you see relationship, people say I love you. So you say it right away. But you never take it serious. So that's what I'm saying is like, love is not something that you can just develop by looking at somebody and seeing what they're doing the first day, because obviously it's a first impression. So first impressions are completely different than how you're going to see the person in a week. That's what I'm saying. The girl I was talking to, she was one thing one day, and then like 2 months later, she was a completely different thing. You get what I'm saying? So like, that's why I'm just like,
okay, I got one. How I Met Your Mother. Look at that. Ted, I know it's a show and it didn't happen, but I think it happened, some of those things happen in real life. Ted goes on a date with Robin. If you guys don't know the show, like, Ted is the main character and is based off with his friends.
Yep.
And he finds his girl. He finds his girl in the bar, goes out with her, and they go back to her place, PG, we're gonna keep it PG. And they're dancing, and like this cute romantic scene. They're dancing in the living room. I don't know what was happening. I know he was in a suit and she was in the PJs. I guess he was running back to her or something. And he says, "I love you," after like the first date. And you're not gonna tell me that was the best relationship in the show. So it wasn't. It wasn't. I mean, for me, the best relationship in the show was Barney and Robin.
Yeah, I guess.
I hated Marshall and Lily. I hated.
No. I mean, I get, but I like Ted and who was the name? The one that dies.
The mother.
The mother. Yeah, How I Met Your Mother. Yeah,
okay, but
spoiler alert.
So yo, you just somebody could have been like, yo, I'm ready to watch this show. This
sounds good. There you go.
Okay, so I'm gonna give a spoiler alert in the future because we're going spoiler alert territory here.
Yeah.
So, of course, she freaks out like, oh, what? Wait, she doesn't believe in that. Yeah. She's like you. She doesn't believe like in this love.
Yeah.
And she's like, no. So they go their separate ways. Each season is literally like a season of them being broken up and then coming back together. Yeah. Broken up, getting back together, hating each other, her moving to another country, and then they end up back together. Then she ends up with Barney, who is Ted's best friend. They get married. Then Barney and Robin get divorced. And the last season, Ted ends up back with Robin.
And that's why that was one of the worst finales in the history of shows.
But it happened.
And they had petition.
But it happened. But it happened. But we're going to talk about it happened.
All right, continue.
So, in your theory, he fell in love at first sight. They had differences. They didn't end up, like, for a while they weren't together, but ended up back together. But he still had love at first sight.
So let me ask you this. Let's say that happens to you, right?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, the girl disappears the next day. Let's say it's the first day, whatever. The next day she disappears. You never hear from her again. Then weeks go by. You still gonna be loving her? You still gonna be thinking about her every day?
Yeah, maybe a little bit. Okay. Think about think about this because remember. Think about this because that makes it even worse because you never heard the saying. I forgot the saying, but it was like, the farther you are away from somebody, the more that your heart grows for that person because you miss them. So you're telling me, okay, like you have an amazing first date, and you're just like, damn, I love this chick, and she disappears. She got scared. She's like Robin. She's out.
Yeah.
Aren't you gonna be thinking about like, yo, like what could have been?
I mean, you can think about that, but you can't because listen, love is something that, I feel like sometimes people can't live without it. So you're gonna tell me that after that first, you're like, oh my god, I can't live without her. I need her to come after a first date.
Okay, but that's not love then. That's because you said love was patient. Like I was saying.
Okay, but then you're saying that is at first sight.
Okay, but I remember last week. Okay, Remember how last week I was like, love doesn't tolerate BS.
Of course.
So I could still love her and be like, you know what, I need to move on. So like I love her at first sight, and then she like dips on me.
Yeah.
I could still love her, and then be like, you know what, it's time for me to move.
I just don't know, man. I mean, like I said, it's like you agree on that. I don't. I truly don't. Like I feel like love is something that you develop throughout time with the person, and it's something that it grows bigger and bigger. Like I said, you could super like somebody, but love is something I feel like it's such a strong feeling that I don't know. I truly don't believe in that.
Okay, because the thing is, think about it. Love, because that this is the importance we need to know about love. Love is unconditional. Like, real love is unconditional. So she could disappear for like a year, but that's love. Like, you still love her because, you know, it doesn't depend whether she's here or not, whether she's poor or rich, whether she's ugly or beautiful. Like, that's love. You love her because of what
Okay,
you love.
so let me ask you something. Let's say you're on Tinder, right?
Oh, my God.
Let's say you're on Tinder. You find a girl. I love anime. I play classical piano. I love Mozart. I'm a church kid, and she's white.
What? Oh, okay.
Asian.
What?
With glasses.
Okay.
I live in New York. You're telling me just by looking at all of that. Oh, I listen to Coldplay. I listen to Beethoven. You're telling me by looking at all of that, you're gonna just be like, "Yo, I'm in love with this girl."
Yo.
Oh,
Okay.
oh.
All right. Look, that's different.
Oh.
That's different. That's Tinder. That's Tinder.
All right, but
All right. But if she was here in person, then sure. Okay, because then that's yo. All right. That's going to like a movie theater, seeing Scarlett Johansson playing Black Widow. You'd be like, yo, that's a beautiful. I love
fire.
Yeah, she's fire. You'd be like, I love her. Like, I don't think that's the same concept because you're seeing something.
But it's what I'm saying. It's like I don't feel like just by knowing what the person is like, or just they have the same interests as you, that you love the person. I can't comprehend that.
All right, I guess we gotta agree to disagree.
Agree to disagree. Let's move on. So
I mean, we totally skipped the first question, the positives of the relationship.
I mean, I mentioned some of it. Like I feel like. Oh yeah, because you jumped to the question. And
because I was like, no, because the thing was, you were just like, yeah, I don't believe like you meet somebody and you just fall in love. I'm like, wait, you don't believe in love at first sight? And then
it's like I said, I don't believe in that. I feel like, all right, let's say you get with a girl, right, or like a boy, whatever females are listening, you start talking to them, you get to know them, and you realize that they're pretty cool with time. And then, like, for example, I was talking to this girl the other day, right? Like a friend of mine from college, and she said that she's talking to somebody, but she has that feeling that he's gonna leave, and I'm like, why? And then she's like, oh, because from my past, and I was like, oh, how long have you guys been talking for? And she says 2 months, and it's like I feel like eventually with time she's gonna grow to realize, you know what, this is not the same as my past. Let me give this a shot, and then eventually maybe it'll work out. In some cases, maybe not. But what I'm saying is, like, love is something that you develop with time, and you don't allow your past to affect it. So, like, you know what? Maybe I did love that person before, and then maybe they cheated on me or whatever. And true story. And now when I move on, I start to get to know a person. You at first you're a little cold-hearted. You're like, I don't want to fall for this person. But then eventually, if you start talking to them for like 6 to 9 months, and then you're like, you know what, this person, they're there for me, and then you start to open up a little bit more, and then you start to feel something. You get what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm,
So that's why I feel like love, the most positive thing about love is when you finally meet that person
that has your back,
that shows support, that's like, you know what, through thick and thin, I'm going to help you out. If you need money, even money, like, I can help you out, pay for the food, time, whatever you, like, when you finally find that, it's such a wonderful feeling. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm. So what do you think will be a good base for a relationship then?
Trust.
Trust.
I think trust is so important in a relationship, because like if you don't truly trust a person, then it's like, why are you there? Like just for you to get upset every time you see them outside or what they wear. Like I think trust is really big. I think comfort. Like when somebody's there, like let's say God forbid, somebody passed and you have a girl, they're there for you, they're there when you're visiting the person and when when you go to the funeral, or when you go to the, when they have, like, like when somebody dies, they always reunite, like in a family house. They go with you to that, like, and it's like, they're always there for you. And definitely, I think, just showing support for the person is so important, and I think it's such a base, because like if you're trying new things, even if you don't think it's gonna work out, and you be realistic with the person, if you think it's gonna work out, then show it. Be like, you know what, I'm with you. Like, just keep going, do what you gotta do. I'm gonna be by your side. Because if you don't show support, then the person that's doing it is just like, yo, but like I don't have no support. Nobody's helping me out. Especially like in a married case, because like you don't really depend on your family anymore. So like when you're starting new things, you're just like, you want that support from your spouse. You know what I mean?
God.
What do you think should be the base of a relationship?
Communication.
Oh, right, definitely. My bad. I forgot about that.
Communication, yeah, for sure. Because like you should be able to talk to the other person to be able to communicate how you feel, what you're thinking through. Because I think one thing that's key in a relationship is transparency.
Yeah.
Like you should not be hiding secrets with your other person.
Yeah, that's for sure.
Because it's like, well, why are you gonna hide secrets from this person? Like, what could be so bad
about just telling them?
About just just telling them? Because sometimes a little mistake could be extinguished. Like that little fire could be gone once you just tell them, like, yo, look, I did this mistake, I did something.
Holding it on longer makes it even worse.
And then it's just like, why you waited so long? Because then communication brings trust.
Yep.
Because now, like, let's say, right? Let's give an example. All right, I'm gonna go out, right? I'm gonna go out, and I've been keeping my phone away from my girl, right? Because I'm trying to hide something because I've been talking to other girls. Example.
Yeah.
So when I go out Friday night, right, or I do something, she's gonna be like, yo, what is he doing? Like, why is he hiding? Why he's been so secretive?
Mm-hmm.
Like, why won't he tell me, like, who he's talking to and stuff? And I'm not saying, constantly like, yo, I was talking to this, constantly that. But, like, you shouldn't be hiding secrets. Like, why wouldn't you tell me where you're going?
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So now she doesn't trust you. So now when she doesn't trust you, when you come back and she sees like, yo, what the hell happened? Like something happens and she's like, what the hell happened? She's not going to believe what you say.
Yeah.
And then that just builds on and on and on because now she's not going to believe anything. And then you got to be careful because I feel like people who keep secrets feel like paranoid.
They're paranoid.
They're paranoid. And then they feel like other people are keeping secrets from them. And then it's just like a bad vibe.
It's like, especially like if it's a secret that, it's nothing crazy, it's not the end of the world. Like, for example, let's say, oh, this is just an example. Oh, I don't like chicken nuggets. Let's just say that. You're telling me that every time you see chicken nuggets, you're gonna be next to your spouse, like, then they're gonna start being like, yo, what the hell's wrong with you? And then like it starts building up from there, and then you start acting more weird, and then it just builds something that it could have been crushed if you just would have been like, yo, I don't like chicken nuggets. You know what I'm saying? So like that it's something like that. Like, you should definitely try to avoid when you're starting a relationship.
Like for example, for me, and this is like ironic because I do this, for people who chew loud. I hate people who chew loud. But sometimes I do it, so I like, I have mercy. I'm like, all right, because I do it too as well.
Yo, if you and Eli would get so along. Yo, you chew, he'll throw something at you. Yeah, he hates people that chew loud. Like,
no, okay, like I get it. All right. Like I get it. Like some people just, they'll chew, all right, but like I try to do it quick. I'm like, and then swallow. Yeah. But like some people like, yeah, like. Like they're making love to this food. And I'm just like, yo, eat it. Just finish it, please.
Food, please,
eat. Yo, like sometimes I have the courtesy of moving my head so the sound waves, so like reach you like something like So, like imagine I have a girl and she's a loud chewer, like she chews super loud, and I don't say anything to her. And then she's in my face, like, just chewing like freaking like an elephant over there. And I'm just like getting more and more pissed because I haven't told her because I'm just and it's like it's not her fault because she doesn't know.
Exactly.
Like she doesn't know that it's bothering you. So that brings conflict because that's the thing. when you're at that state of just like how to say of being annoyed. What's the word for that? Like you're just annoyed. Yeah, you're just annoyed. Like you're just annoyed. Then something else could happen, and that just burst your bubble. That's just gonna destroy you. Just because you didn't say, "Yo, babe," like.
Yeah, you've been mad annoying with the joint.
I mean, don't say it like that, but like, just like, yo, I don't like, loud chewers.
Like, you could just be like, yo, you know what? I never, my bad. I never explained to you, but, I've never been a fan of loud chewers. And I know you do it, but I know it wasn't your fault. I'm just letting you know.
Just give me some space. Just
like chill out, relax.
Chew on that side. Like, and it's like, okay. Because that's the thing. People are afraid of the truth because it hurts, right? That initial like, oh my god, he probably thinks I'm a lot truer. It's like, no, it's just like, it's annoying to me. So like,
it bothers you, like
it bothers me. At least
it may not bother somebody else, but it bothers you.
And that's the thing too, also, which I find bad in relationships. Wow, we're only talking about bad relationships. When people say it in public too, it's like never say something like that in public.
That's so important. Like I'm surprised we never spoke about public conflicts, yo.
Yeah.
Like, yo, you know how bad it is for you to be like, yo, you stink in front of somebody, like, especially like in front of the person you're with in a relationship, in front of mad people. You know how embarrassed you gotta be to be.
Or like they give you that attitude,
or they scream at you, but like even if you don't mean it, but like you still get.
I'm not innocent from that too. Like I've done it too. Like I'll give that attitude. Like don't even talk to me. And it's so embarrassing.
I've done that.
Yo, it's so embarrassing for like both sides of the party because it's just like all these people are like, yo, what's happening? What's happening to me?
Like I remember I was watching this video and some girl smacked some guy with an egg in the back of his head. Like you see, like that's wild. Like
okay, like
what is he thinking and what is she thinking after she realized what she just did? Everybody's recording.
I give it a pass if it's something wild.
If you find them cheating, like
cheating or like he
was just standing there. He slapped her with the egg. Like I'm like, yo, what the hell?
Like if he like took mad money from your parents or something, or like I'll give it a pass. But like sometimes it be stupid stuff like yo, you didn't make the bed this morning, and then like you know what I mean? Like
it's tough.
So I think communication and transparency and just like being open to like change, because some people hate confrontation and hate when they're being told that they're wrong. I'm one of them. Like if you tell me that I'm doing something wrong, I'll like go into the corner.
You go into defensive mode. Bro.
Yo, I go like, nah, bro, like it's because
no, it's your fault. Like,
I'll try to reason. Like I'll be like, I'll try to reason. No, it's because you see,
it's because the weather, this and that.
It made me, I was blinded by the sun a little bit. It'd be like that doesn't explain the 4 strikeouts. Oh god!
Damn.
That doesn't explain the 4 strikeouts in that game. So like,
damn.
Like I'd be like, yo, it was the sun, and then it's like a cloudy day. All right, so I hate being told what I'm doing wrong.
Yeah. No, I get you.
And I hate being told what I'm doing wrong, but it's something I'm trying to learn. Like, all right,
yeah,
like they're just doing it for your help. No, so don't be so defensive.
And the thing, like with me, like I hate public like attention. Like it could be with anything. Like I just hate it. Like I just like being chill. I don't want people. I just never want people to be looking at me. You get what I'm saying? So, like I don't know how can like if I'm with somebody and they start screaming at me in front of somebody, I don't know how I can just be like, you know what, it's fine. You know what, it's cool. Like I'll probably like be like, yo, don't do that. Like stop. So like public confrontation, like it's so hard to deal with because it's like, especially like the afterthoughts. Because when you're in the moment, you're like whatever. But then when you start thinking about, yo, these people saw me, like they saw me screaming at my girl or something, like you just thinking about, you're like, damn, like what the hell did I just get myself into? Especially nowadays where everybody's recording everything. It's like such an ugly thing, man.
I think it's important to like keep everything private. Like make sure.
Yes,
listen,
sir.
y'all could be ready to kill each other. Y'all could be ready to like slash his neck or slash her neck. Y'all could be ready to like murder each other. But like in the public, I remember there was this one relationship I really admired. Because
there's a sound. Fix.
Oh.
Is it?
I think that was me. That was me.
All right, you good.
That was scary.
No, now it's there. Wait.
What's going on? Oh.
Wait, try to fix it. Wait. All right, so sorry about that. We had a little technical difficulties with the cable. It sounds better now, right?
Yeah.
Good.
Can you hear me?
I hear you.
1, 2, 1, 2.
All right, so
all right, so yeah, the couple that was ready to kill each other.
yeah,
They're ready to kill each other, but on the out, like in public, they be respectful.
yeah,
They make sure not to bother each other because they just like, you know what? I know she's mad at me. I'm not gonna try to make, because I've seen guys, they know his girlfriend is mad. Like their girlfriend is mad.
yeah,
And they keep trying to bother her. And they keep trying to talk to her. It's like, yo, bro, give him some space.
yeah.
Talk about it later. When you guys go back to the room. But no, like she tries to make a scene, or vice versa. Like they know, like the guy is mad at that person,
And then they start like trying to like
they
poke
try to
them.
poke, or they try to do something to annoy them. And it's just like, no, like once y'all make it to the outside, respectful. Yo, we'll talk later about what's happening, and then keep it low. Well, like that's the thing. Once you make it public, that's just embarrassing for everyone. Because it's not only that, the friends, it's just like in the middle of that, like, oh crap. Like,
yeah, exactly. But it's those situations are tough. But let's go back to the upside. The positive.
But that's gonna be a positive too, because it wouldn't be nice to be like, you know what, we're fighting right now, but like let's take a pause.
Yeah.
Like we're about to go to this party. We're about to go to this event.
That's true. Like especially like if it's a little argument you're having with the person.
Yeah.
Try not to like show. I mean, obviously you don't want to like just be like, okay, we argue, that's it, let's get over it. Like you obviously want to speak to her and like have communications over it, but don't do it like while you're about to go to a party or like go to an event where there's gonna be multiple people. You don't want to start arguing in front of them or show that you guys are not happy with each other.
Yeah.
Like and like in some cases, like there's some cases where you see something like that and you think, what the hell is going on with them? And then the worst part is that then you base their whole relationship to just be like that. Oh, they argue all the time. This and that. Like, and the thing is like, it's not like that. Like, okay, we had this one bad argument, like, once in a blue moon. Yeah, it showed when we went to the party. But that doesn't mean that we always argue. And so I think it's important for people to realize that public confrontation is not the right answer, no matter how bad it is.
And also, like, this happened to me. Like, I remember I had an argument with this girl. And I think I was going to a party. This is back in my wild days.
Wild Joel days.
Wild Joel days. We were going to this party. And we just go. Yeah. And then we separate. It was a big party. I was on one side and she was on the other side.
Yeah.
And after the party, it was just like, after giving it some time and just like dealing with it, we were just like, yo, we were fighting over something stupid. Like, it was just something. Exactly. Like, people don't realize, like, at the moment, it can feel like the most important thing. Like, oh my God, like this, we're fighting. But if you give it time and space, you realize, oh, it's not really that big of a deal. We can resolve it.
No, it's true. It's true. And the thing is that people don't understand that sometimes small things don't have to be dragged down to big things. Like, if it's an argument about who ate the last slice of pizza, you're telling me you're going to have an oral argument in front of hundreds of people just over a slice of pizza? You just be like, you know what, fine, you know what, it's whatever, you ate it, I'm still hungry, but it's cool, I'll just buy something after. Don't be like, you freaking suck, you ate the last pizza in front of everybody. Because first of all, that makes you look like you don't have money to buy more food. 2, that just makes you look like a bad person. And 3, it looks like your relationship sucks. And you never want that. You never want that.
Yo, you telling me, after a long day, that last slice is for you. And you come back exhausted from work.
That's fine. As long as she's... Listen.
And she knows it's your slice. She knows that's your slice. You're ready. You go to the bathroom for a second to wash your hands, and you come back, and she's just destroying that slice of pizza.
If she's hungry, I don't mind. I'll just buy something after.
Yeah, bro. That's...
I mean, I think it's important that your girl's full. You don't want her to be cranky and like, yo, I'm mad hungry.
Yo, nah, I'm getting mad. I'm sorry.
I mean, obviously you're gonna be a little upset, but like I wouldn't like be like, yo, you stole my guy, you ate my slice, and flip the table over. I'll just be like, you know what? I'll just buy something later.
Nah, yo, I'll be like, yo, word, yo, I'll do something. I mean, it wouldn't be like a serious, man. It'll be like, yo, word, we doing this now.
I mean, yeah,
I'll
be like, yo, you serious right now? Like jokingly,
I'll grab the first thing that she likes, like, and eat it, yo. Like, oh, this cake that you've been saving, yo,
I'm gonna eat it right now. Let's go. But yeah, but yeah, like so. It's like so many things, but like to go back to the positive side of love, because I feel like it's important we make this episode truly positive. It's such an important thing. All right, so pardon the interruption.
Yo, we thought we were getting robbed.
Yeah, so this is the thing. We record in Joel's basement because it's an empty space. We can set up everything and everything's good. So we were here and we heard I heard something. I was like, "What is that?" And there was just people upstairs trying to get something for his baptism coming up for his church. So everything's good in the hood.
We're live.
We live. We paused for a little bit and we Gucci chips. So yeah, we ate some chips while we were at it and drank a Kool-Aid jammer.
If you hear any of the us picking our teeth,
yeah, because that's us. But you know what? I don't even remember where we left off. What were we talking about? Positives, right?
Well, we're trying to keep it positive.
So yeah, so
I wanted to do was talk about a little bit about my story.
Yeah, we have some. We're okay. So that's another thing. This episode we're going a little bit above the time limit that we usually do it in, which is around 55 minutes. We're gonna go a little above, because there's a nice little session, a little nice talk, So keep listening. Go ahead.
Keep going strong, guys.
Exactly.
No, because the thing is with relationships and love, I had to learn about it the hard way.
Yeah.
I never experienced the good side of love, and it's weird because it's like, oh, Joel, what are you doing? How could you be talking about something that you never experienced?
Yeah.
But I experienced the worst of it, so I know what not to do,
what not to expect,
what to expect, and I had many glimpses and many many moments of oh wow, this is what it feels like, but never had that full experience.
Exactly.
Because I'm still single, so
we both are single here at J&J.
Yeah, I mean I'm okay.
I'm fine with it. It's whatever.
Yeah,
everybody has their time.
My time has been too long.
Joe's in his feelings.
No, it's okay. So. Yeah, I never shake those chips. First the ginger ale, now these chips.
Yeah, so somebody said in the comments that we didn't drink ginger ale this time. In my case, orange soda, because he was drinking ginger ale. Yeah, we didn't, and I'm proud because none of us were burping like crazy.
Now these chips, they're getting us.
They're picking out TVOD. But we Gucci.
These mistakes that we gotta learn. So
not to eat chips.
So I made up this cool idea.
Yeah.
So for the names, I'm gonna use the old queens of England. So Victoria, Elizabeth.
The only one I know is Elizabeth. What's Victoria. The one now? Elizabeth, right?
Elizabeth II. There's Victoria.
Okay.
And I think there's another one.
You said you don't even know.
I forget. Oh, there was Margaret. She was a sister.
You know how if I give another personal story, I'm gonna just describe him from The Office. All of Michael's exes. Jan, Carol, Holly, and who was the other one? There was one more. Oh well, whatever. I'll think of it while we go. Dale.
All right. So when I was first in love, it was with this girl named Victoria, and it was crazy because it was the opposite of love at first sight. When I first saw her, I was like, she's all right.
Yeah,
she's cool. I actually liked her friend, Margaret. Remember, these are fake names. So
yeah.
Don't think. I can already hear people I wonder who these people are.
Yeah.
So I liked her friend, Margaret. And, I was like, oh, let me try to see if I could talk to her.
Yeah.
And I was just coming out of, kind of a semi-relationship kind of thing. It was, but it wasn't. So I was just I was ready just to, chill with people, new people, just talk to, you know, like that feeling of just talking to people, you know? So I see Margaret, I'm like, oh, she's kind of cute, you know what I mean? Let me try to talk to her. So my friend knew Victoria. So like it was, you know, friends trying to help friends, you know? So my friend talks to Victoria, like, yo, like, you know, try to help my buddy. I was like, she was like, oh yeah, sure. So they give me the opportunity. I go to the table. I'm like, yo, what's up? And then I start talking, you know.
I cannot imagine you doing any of this.
Yo, it's crazy. I was the boss. I was crazy, man. I was I was wild.
It's so weird because Joe, I just can't. Like, I don't know. Like, I've known you most of my life, and it's just crazy. Like, just thinking about
I'm a nice guy. I think I'm a nice guy.
No, but like you just going to the table talking to her, like, yo. Hey,
okay. I wasn't.
How you doing, baby?
I wasn't like that, but you know, I was giving my nice conversation because I feel like I could, you know, I could talk to anyone. So I'm talking to Margaret, I'm talking to Victoria, and I'm just doing my thing. And then my friend comes too, and this other friend, he's like, yo, we're just all vibing. And then so I'm just like, whatever. So I go to my room, I'm watching Tangled. Yes, Disney Tangled, Rapunzel. And I'm just chilling in my room by myself, like, damn, whatever. I hear a knock on the door.
Oh.
It was Victoria and Margaret. And I'm just like, oh, snap, what's up? And they're just like, nah, we want to hang out with you. Look at guys, this is where nice guys win. Because they wanted to hang out with me because I was actually nice. Because it didn't feel like I was trying to hit up on them. Yeah. I mean, I was, but I guess I did a bad job trying to hit on them. But, so they come through, you know, we just ended up watching Disney, a bunch of Disney movies. So it was mad fun.
Truly white people.
Anyway, actually, one of them wasn't white. Like, Margaret wasn't white. So Victoria was. And then, so we're chilling. And then the days go by, yo. They keep coming. We keep hanging out. We keep hitting each other up, lunch, dinner. And then Margaret has a boyfriend.
Oh.
But it was something that she didn't want to say, you know, but she was just, you know, like, I figured out she has a boyfriend. So I was like, damn. But like me and Victoria, we were vibing. We were just talking, hanging out. We were doing stuff. We were doing fun stuff, driving around. And then I'm just like, yo. And then we were becoming more than friends, but not like relationship. Like we become more than friends. And we were just talking. We had that talk. It was just like, yo, I just came out of something. I'm not really trying to do something. Her, the same thing. I just came out of a relationship. I'm just trying to have fun, you know? So I'm just like, yo, perfect. So we're just having fun. We're doing our thing. We're kind of going on dates, quote unquote. I don't know. But we're just having fun. And the semester rolls by. I'm just like, yo, this is cool. We were fun. The summer comes, yo, and I already know some of the people listening, they already know who this person is. They're just like, I don't, like,
but yeah.
I think you do. I don't know. So the summer comes, and that's when I'm just like, you know, remember I was talking about where you're separated and your heart grows.
Yeah.
I was like, yo, I missed her. Like, yo, I'm just like, I want to like talk to her, hang out with her a little more.
Yeah.
And like the more the summer comes, it's just like, yo, like my love grew for her. I was just like, yo, I want to, you know, see her. And we talked every day. We called every day. I knew I was annoying. I knew I was annoying her because she was like, but she was so nice about it. So I come back. We come back to school, and I'm just like madly in love with this woman.
This woman.
And I learned that Victoria, she was not ready for like a relationship.
Yeah.
Yo, that tore my whole world apart. Because the whole summer, I was just like waiting for this person. I was like, yo, this is it. This is
the one.
This is the one. You know, I can't wait. And that tore me. And that led me to like doing bad decisions, messing up. And I'm not going into details because if I go into details, it's freaking 5-hour long
podcast.
5-hour podcast.
If we get 1 million subscribers by tomorrow, we'll do a 5-hour podcast.
So basically impossible. So I go, like, I'm not gonna point fingers at her because I was to blame as well. Like I did stupid mistakes, and she did stupid mistakes, and we did it the unhealthy way.
Yeah.
And so what I learned from that was like I was too dependent on her. I was too like my identity was dependent on how she treated me.
Damn.
Yeah. So like now, if she was happy, I was happy. If she was sad, I was sad.
And
if
that's
she,
what we spoke about last week.
Yeah. So it was so I was guys like when we talk about this, I went through like a lot of this, and so I was just like I didn't find who I was, or like what am I? Like what am I trying to do? Because everything was dependent on her. Because I wanted to see what everything. So like, I was the type of guy that I couldn't be alone for like 5 seconds without her. Like I needed her.
Damn.
You know what I mean? Like if she didn't respond right away, yo, I already thought she was like.
Damn.
And that was bad of me. That was bad of me because I didn't have that confidence. I didn't have that trust. I didn't have that like like. And then I didn't have that patience to just waiting. Like yo, like bro, it's okay. And the one thing, guys, this is what the one mistake that I can confidently like tell you guys that to never do. Like listen to your friends. Like listen, like pay attention to what they say. Especially if they keep saying the same thing, like listen to them. Like that was one thing I never did, like in the beginning was listen to my friends. And they were like, yo, bro, like it's okay. It's not the end of the world. Like like there's so many other girls out there. You can do it. You can like and other stuff too, like yo, be careful. Like I never listened to them because I thought I knew what I was doing. And it's just like, guys, like look at the signs. Listen to your friends because it could save you from so much damage and wasted time. Because the baggage I received from Victoria, or like not from Victoria, but like what happened with Victoria, the baggage I received messed me up with the other girls in the future. Because then I couldn't like handle. Because, for example, if Victoria didn't text me for 5 minutes, I was very paranoid. Like, oh my god, like she doesn't love me. Like, you know what I mean? So the next girl I talked to, if she didn't text me, the next girl I spoke to after Victoria, she was a slow texter, yo, because she didn't like using her phone.
Yeah.
So I was already like destroying her phone with messages like, yo, what's up? What are you doing? And she was like, no. I can't have this. So it destroyed, like it messed up potentially good relationships in the future because I'm over here with this baggage thinking about Victoria.
Yeah.
So that's why it's important to know who you are as a person, to what you want to achieve. Because at the end of the day, if you can't be happy by yourself, you can't be happy with somebody else.
Like I had a similar story to yours and Victoria. I knew this girl named Jan, and we went to high school, and she was mad cool, and she was great. We started talking for a long time, and I started feeling some type of way for her, and she started doing it too. But then eventually, I was such a good person to her that she started taking advantage of it. Like, oh, she'll be like, oh, if you don't go to school, so we could just talk on the phone, because I'm sick and I'm not going. So you better stay too, so we could just. I'll be like, okay, I'll skip school, go to like Lehman College, and just like talk on the phone with her. But then like the next day she wouldn't talk to me or something. So like I was in love with her, but then I knew she wasn't. Like she was starting to fade away from me. So then this guy named let's go with Jim, he came into the picture. Supposedly they were best friends for years, and I'm like, whatever. Like if it's like something you guys grew up with. So one day she brings him to his house, but I'm like, okay. And then she's like, oh no, we're just gonna we're gonna study together or something like that. And I was like, oh, I was a little suspicious. And then whatever that happens. And then a few weeks later, we stopped talking. Like we finished. Like I was freaking depressed and everything, and I was like obsessed with her. And her friend, Carol, hits me up, and she's like, yo, like I don't want to hurt you even more, but I feel like I have to tell you this. Like this whole time that she was like supposedly studying, like they were doing things. And like when I heard that, I was like, yo, what the hell? Like it just made my whole situation worse. But you see, in your case, you said that it made you like even worse with the next person. Like you. But you know what? For me, it was quite the opposite.
Oh, because you're the same over here.
No. But like I became cold-hearted.
Oh, okay.
Because of that, I was just like, now, like, there's been a couple times where I talk to a girl, I'll just be like, like, I wouldn't open up. I'll just be like, texting them. And then throughout that, I would do that more, and then eventually, like, I'll be like, maybe I could open up a little bit to this person, but it wasn't before where I'll be like, oh my god, take me. Like now I'm just like a little self-conscious more, and I feel like it was for the better of me. Like even though it's not good to be cold-hearted, but at the same time it's better for you to be self-conscious and aware of what is going on. Like just because you like the girl doesn't mean that you have to freaking throw yourself to her. Mm-hmm. So with that, like I learned, like like if let's say like before with what was her name, Jan, she if it would have been 5 minutes, I would have started texting a lot, like you said. But then with the next girl, I was just like, if you don't want to text back, I don't care. Like, I'll just stop talking to you. And it's unhealthy because then you truly never learn how to love somebody again. Mm-hmm. But then I feel like with time, once you start talking to somebody, it's like I mentioned, once you start talking to the person more, you open something for them. And then you start opening up and then you realize that you truly love the person. So in my case, I kind of did it differently from yours. But we kind of have like the same story.
No, yeah. It's different paths, but same outcome kind of thing. I don't know.
No. Same paths, kind of the same paths, different outcome.
I guess, yeah. But at the end of the day, like it helped us grow.
Yeah.
But the one thing I learned is from that Victoria, because I could talk about the other girls and stuff.
Yeah.
I could be a different podcast, just different girls. But the one thing I learned with Victoria is I lost a good friend because I was so selfish in what I wanted, like. A friend, like when she said, "Yo, we could be just good friends," I was just like, "Friend? Why? No, I want you to be my girlfriend." And it's just like, now that I think about it, now that I'm here, like from all the years, I'm just like, damn, that could have potentially been an amazing friendship.
Yeah. But I have a question for you, and it has something to do with that. People say when you start talking to a girl, you should get to know the person, right? You get to know the person, you spend your time trying to be good friends with that person. But then when you're trying to get with them, they're like, oh, yeah, I just think of you as a friend. How do you differentiate going for relationship and then just being friends?
My advice to everyone, I always give it to relationship advice now, is the best relationships are the best friendships. Like, if you want an amazing relationship, you should be amazing friends with that person.
Oh, yeah.
No matter the case, because I feel like we undervalue friends. We undervalue the importance of having good friends. Yo, like, yeah, all right, I see you as a friend, but like, bro, like, you just got a friend. Like, she could be potentially an amazing friend for you, supportive friend. Who knows? She could be the person that helps you find the person.
But then what if you like the person a lot? What if you fall for them in that other sense of, as a relationship? You get what I'm saying? Like, what if, like, okay, like, let's say me and I don't know, Donna, right? Me and Donna, I start talking to her. I start feeling something for her, and I'm like, yo, I like you, this and that, and it happened. A similar case happened recently, and me and Donna's, this and that, we start talking, and then she shoots you with, oh yeah, I have a boyfriend, and then you're like, oh, but we were talking, and like I thought this was going somewhere, and then you're like, and then she's like, oh, you never mentioned it. So like you see what I'm talking about? It's like how can you separate being going for the friendship only as brothers and sisters and going for we're gonna become great friends, but at the end of the day I want to be with you. Mm-hmm. So like I just that's like what the confusing part for me is.
That's the thing. Okay, that's the thing because that's what you want, but that's what part she doesn't want. Because the thing with love now, quote unquote love now, is that if it's not what I want, it's not
gonna work. It's not
gonna work. Because look at the thing. At the end of the day, you gotta respect her decision.
No, and that's what I'm saying. So like, what if that's the case? Like, you guys stay friends, but you really like her. Like, how
would you be able to handle that?
Exactly. Like, how would you be able to handle that?
I mean, give it time. Give it like space. Give it a moment. Like, yo, you know what? Be honest. Be transparent. Like, listen, I like you, but clearly you don't want that. So I think I need some time to just like think things through. Like, I still want to be your friend. Give it time. I never like really took the time to space. If I listen to my friends, the first thing they told me was like, yo, bro, don't text her. Just give it like 2 weeks or something. Like
Yeah.
Just be by yourself. Like do what you gotta do. If I actually I feel like if I took those 2 weeks, I probably would have been a different person now. Like because I would have taken the time, like really slowed down. Like okay, you know what? Maybe it's not gonna work out. Maybe it's okay. It's okay because I'm gonna move on.
Yeah.
But no. So for if for that case, just take your time because the next day's gonna come. Like
exactly.
I remember I always said this. I remember like years ago, I could never find another girl like Victoria. Never in my life. Yo, I can't see my life without her. Ask me how many times I think about her every day.
Now?
Yeah. Zero.
Well,
now because we're talking about it.
Yeah.
But she's not even the thought in my head.
Yeah. That's true. And that's what I'm saying. It's like, that's why when we talked about last week, I mentioned, I said something like, if you guys break up over a few months of talking, you really like the person, it's not the end of the world. You're going to find somebody. You're going to find somebody that might even be better. And that's why you can't, I feel like it's hard for somebody. Not hard, but I feel like it's important that you try not to like just throw yourself under the bus like forever. Because eventually you will find somebody better than that. You will find somebody that maybe even gives you the same love but actually wants to be with you. You get what I'm saying?
No.
So like, yeah, I think it's important that that we go through things just for the experience and for us to get better, but yeah.
But you know what's also too like let's say you get friend zone because we're gonna talk about friend zone too. Let's say you get friend zone. Yo, you could build that bond. And two things can happen. One, you realize, whoa, thank God we're just friends right now because this probably would have never worked out. Or two, y'all realize, whoa, we're more compatible than we thought. You build on that friendship and become like, you know what? Let's try this out. Let's work this out.
But what's tough is like I feel like nowadays in this generation is like it's either relationship or bust. Where you don't really see. I mean, obviously there's a lot, but you don't see friendships with like between just one regular guy and one regular girl like that, unless they do something, friends with benefits or something. Like it's hard for I feel like this generation for you just to be like, you know what, you're my friend, and especially if they don't have a boyfriend, because if they have a boyfriend, obviously you could be friends. Like I'm friends with my sister Amanda. Like she's like one of my best friends, and she's a girl. But her boyfriend is one of my best friends too. So obviously there's nothing there. But there's some cases where like the person doesn't have a boyfriend. You have to be like, you know what? Even though she doesn't have a boyfriend, I'm gonna be a good friend to her. And that's something that I feel like this generation fails to realize.
I mean, at the end of the day, it's about respecting the other person.
Exactly.
Like their wishes. And again, you have to respect your wishes because sometimes, like let's use your example again. Like you go like, I need some time away from this girl. Yeah. Because she sees me as a friend and I can't handle that right now. Some girls, they'll just keep annoying you. Why you don't talk to me? Blah blah blah. It's just like they don't respect.
True, yeah.
They don't respect that space. It's like
like the person I was talking about earlier about how they said they had a boyfriend. When I stopped talking to them after they told me that, they were like, "Oh, why you stop talking to me? Why you doing this and that?" Like I'm like, do you not realize like what just happened? So like I feel like you have to be respectful in both ways. But I think for today's episode, we are going to conclude.
Word, yo, I felt like I was going on a roll.
Nah, it was definitely on a roll. But we are now hitting almost the 120 mark. Whew. 1 hour and 20 minutes. So, we kind of. I hope people don't see this and then say, you know what, it's too long. I'm not gonna listen. Like, trust me, it's worth it, and it's definitely been fun. We spoke about a lot of things actually, more than
friend zone, love
at first sight was definitely a big one.
Love at first sight, yeah.
Definitely a lot of things, but it's been
part 3.
Nah, no more parts of love. We gotta move on to the next topic. I mean, maybe like in a year. We'll talk about love
or when we were mature.
Yeah,
when we're mature.
But definitely, I think, everything we spoke about over these last 2 weeks about love has been important. I've definitely learned a lot, even with, like, just listening to you and hearing myself talk. It's been a lot of fun, and now we gotta move on to the next topic.
All right, yo, shoot. Now we gotta talk about that, yo.
Yeah, now we gotta have another meeting on Saturday about what we're gonna talk
Eat
about.
Chipotle, yo.
But yeah, guys. So you already know this is the J&J podcast, J&J Ride Along. Sorry.
You already know if you love us, subscribe.
Subscribe, please subscribe and share and comment.
I will love you forever.
I will buy you food if you subscribe and you tell me and you show me. I'll buy you food.
Stop! Don't be making
All right,
promises.
first
You
of all,
can't.
Okay, I know you be okay, but wait, I didn't tell him what type of food. Maybe it could be dollar pizza.
Oh, word.
So yeah, I'll buy you food if you guys subscribe and comment and subscribe, please. And thank you guys.
We should
so
start doing
much.
giveaways.
When we hit more subscribers. We have 9 right now. Let me.
We have
before
10.
We have 10. We hit 10.
Yeah.
Let me refresh. Hold on. Let me double check.
I remember seeing 10.
Yo, we have 10. Oh my God. I thought we had 9. We were stuck on 9 for a while.
All right, we have 10 people.
Yo,
subscribe.
10 people. Well, besides me and you, 10 people. Wow, subscribe. Wow, man, it's such a pleasure.
I'm about to give like free burritos.
Free burritos to everybody. Let's go. Nah, but thank you guys so much for everything, man. I'm having such a blast with these podcasts. It's been such an amazing experience.
Yeah, for sure. It's been. And I also love the support that we're receiving.
Yeah,
man.
no, the support is crazy, man.
But
People have
guys,
been-
yo,
like I said, the people I give a shout out to, like they've been
Yeah.
amazing, you know.
Guys, comment what you want us to talk about more. Like if you guys have a topic that you
Yes, sir.
and give this a like, share.
Yes.
Whoever shares this is getting a free Chipotle burrito on me.
Okay, that's all right. He said that. That's Joel speaking.
Legit,
I never said that.
legit free Chipotle burrito. The first person, not the.
Oh, okay. I thought you meant every person. I was like, yo, relax right there.
I mean that'd be.
That's like $50 by like 3 people.
You're the first person to share this podcast because you know why I know. Because they got here this far to listen to the whole.
Exactly.
They got here to this far to listen.
You know what? I'm gonna do the same thing. Whoever shares this and posts it first, I will buy them a burrito on my side.
So that's two.
Two different people.
Two different people. So all right,
You gotta show us.
We gotta make the rules. Okay.
All right, cool. Go ahead.
So what is this? Instagram or like Facebook or
Anywhere, as long as they have proof that they did it. The first person to have proof that they shared this, then you could.
All right, so you guys have to do is share it
and then
screenshot it
and then
with
show
the
us.
time. With the time.
Wait. And also, you cannot delete it right after we see it.
Oh yeah.
If it's
because
a story,
we'll find you. We'll find you.
If it's a story, it has to be up for the 24 hours. It cannot be 10 minutes after we saw it. And that's it.
We'll find you. And
Because then you get disqualified.
So if you share it, the first one you screenshot it, you DM us
Yep.
with that, and we see you still there, you get a free Chipotle
Free
burrito.
Chipotle with whatever toppings, guac included. That's right there.
My man got big money.
Right there,
my
yo,
man got
we
big. My man
So
got.
there you go. If you've listened to this far and you've heard the rules,
But what about your Massachusetts people?
I'll sell them money through Cash App so they can
Alright.
buy a burrito. Or when I go, because I'm probably gonna go again eventually, I'll go and buy it.
All right.
So you heard my people in Massachusetts. If you hear this and you share, when I go over there, the first thing we're doing is going to whatever Chipotle spot is near, and we're gonna go buy Chipotle.
So my Buffalo people, because I have Buffalo people listening to this too. My Buffalo people, I'm gonna be there for. I'm sorry, Ashley, I forgot your recital date, but my friend Ashley's having a recital, so I'm gonna be there soon. So I'm gonna be up there. So if you're the first one to share, I'll buy you that Chipotle.
You
burrito.
already know. There we go. Our first giveaway is a
Right.
Chipotle burrito.
So if y'all made it this far, share.
Share. The first person. The
The
first
first-
is not first and second and third. Is the first person from his side and my side. If one person sends it to him, you can't. We're gonna find out. Like if you send it to him and you send it to me, you're not gonna get 2 Chipotle burritos. It's gonna be 2 different people. Whoever sends it first on both sides is gonna get the Chipotle burrito, whatever toppings they want, and a drink.
And then you gotta make sure you have the time, screenshot it, so we could see.
Yeah.
And then we'll give it a day to see because people might do it, but then forget to send it to us. So
Yeah.
we'll give it a day, and then we'll announce the winner.
We announce the winners on the next episode.
We can, or on our Instagrams.
También. Oh yeah, because if we do it on Instagram, it gives them more publicity.
Yeah. Yeah, all right.
We're thinking here in the middle of the episode. But yes, guys, you already know there's the giveaway for a Chipotle burrito. Hopefully you guys have listened this far to realize what we're doing here. And yeah, so if you guys have any questions on this, let us know in our DMs. And thank you for listening this far, because we are preaching longer than a Dominican Pentecostal preacher right now.
So, all right, guys.
Thank you so much. We love y'all. See you next week.